Hello aspirants, welcome to Current Affairs for Beginners session by La Excellence, and this session will help beginners in reading the Hindu newspaper. Before starting our today's video, let me give you answers for yesterday's video's questions. The first question is with regard to support and outreach program. Consider the following statements. The first statement is a loan of rupees 1 crore will be approved to all the MSMEs across the country, and the second one is the government will provide an interest subvention of 2% for all the existing loans. And here they have asked to select the correct statements. But both the statements are wrong because in the first statement it is mentioned that all the MSMEs across the country are given a loan amount of 1 crore. But the correct statement is MSMEs which are registered under GST regime. For these MSMEs only, they'll give loan of 1 crore. And in the second statement, it is said the government will provide an interest subvention of 2% for all the existing loans. This is also wrong statement because the government will provide 2% interest subvention for all GST registered MSMEs on fresh loans or on incremental loans. That is, if any entrepreneur having medium, small or micro enterprises and he wants to take a loan, then he'll get 2% interest subvention. Or if a person having MSME already took a loan but he want to take extra loan, then also he'll get 2% interest subvention. But in the question they have said for all the loans. So this is the wrong statement. For new loans and for incremental loans only, they'll get 2% interest subvention. Since both the statements are wrong, the answer is D, neither one nor two. And the second question is the terms Shishu, Kishore and Tarun are related to which among the following? The answer is B, loan instruments to MSMEs. Through three schemes, Shishu, Kishore and Tarun, government will provide loans to MSMEs. So these three are loan instruments to MSMEs and B is the correct answer. In the comment section, someone has asked doubt of the differentiation between Shias and Sunnis. So let us see the differentiation between a Shia and a Sunni. See, both these are denominations of Islamism. That is, these two are parts of Islam, but the beliefs of these two people are different. Shias believe that Prophet Muhammad, who started Islamism, was appointed by God and his successor will be also appointed by God. And they took Ali, who is the cousin and son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad, as his successor. And whereas Sunni people believe that there is no rightful heir or successor for Prophet Muhammad, and the next person who want to be a successor should be elected through a vote among their community. And thus they have elected Abu Bakr as Prophet Muhammad's successor. So on the ideology or on the basis of the successor to Prophet Muhammad, these two people have divided into Shias and Sunnis. And here, if you can see in West Asia, normally the countries have, one country will be having majority of Sunni people and one country will be having majority of Shia people. And I'll say some of the Shia dominated countries. Those are Iran, Iraq, Bahrain, Azerbaijan, and some will consider Yemen. These are Shia dominated countries. And Sunni dominated countries are, you can see Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey and Syria. So this is the basic difference between Shia and Sunni. In the next doubt, we have asked about Quds. Who are Quds and what is the problem of Quds? These Kurds are normally Iranian ethnic group, but due to the country divisions, these people are scattered in different countries. Here you can see they are in south eastern Turkey, northeastern Syria, total northern Iraq, northwestern Iran, and southwestern Armenia. So these Kurds are scattered in different countries and they are asking for greater Kurdistan, so that they'll be having a separate country with separate cultural rights and political autonomy. And the next doubt is about Syrian problem. What is this Syrian problem or Syrian civil war? For the control of authority in the Syria, almost from 7 years, 3 groups are fighting in Syria. First one, Syrian president, that is soldiers who support the Syrian president Bashar al-Assad, they form one group. And the second one, we have rebels who doesn't like this government or who oppose this Bashar al-Assad's government. These are called as rebels. And the third one are Islamic State. These 3 groups are fighting with each other in the Syria for the power, and countries like Russia, Iran, US are supporting this. See, Russia and Iran are supporting this Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, and US, Turkey, Saudi Arabia are supporting rebels who are opposing the Syrian government. This is about Syrian problem. And these are the topics covered under today's video, and let me give you a brief explanation of each one. First article is officials irked by failure of VVPATs. This topic comes under GS paper 2, polity and constitution, and here you have election missionary. In this topic we have to read VVPATs. See, we have electronic voting machines, EVMs. It will be like a box structure, and here the contestant name and symbol of the party, and then you'll be having a button for whom you want to vote. But now, because of several issues, this EVMs were criticized. Now, to overcome that criticisms, these EVMs were attached with VVPATs. What is meant by this VVPAT? Voter verifiable paper audit trail. What it is actually is, this VVPAT is linked to this ballot unit of electronic voting machine. That is, these VVPATs are linked to this electronic voting machine, and whenever a person chooses his contestant, then the person name will be appeared in the paper for 7 seconds. Here you can see this paper visible for the voter for 7 seconds, so that voter can cross check. This is about VVPAT. The issue in this article is there is around 14% of failure of this VVPAT is recorded. Now we have to see how Election Commission will rectify this issue. In the next article is Bannerghatta Park's eco-sensitive zone cut down to 169 square kilometers. This topic comes under GS paper 3, Environment and Ecology. Here you should know about Bannerghatta Park and also about eco-sensitive zone. Firstly, this Bannerghatta Park National Park is located in Karnataka and is famous for elephants. And the contest or article is saying about the eco-sensitive zone of Bannerghatta National Park is reduced to 169 kilometers. Here you should know what is eco-sensitive zone. See, around national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, to prevent the human activity, if this is the national park or wildlife sanctuary, to prevent the human activity directly entering into this national park, they will create a buffer zone, and we call this as eco-sensitive zone. Profit in paddy for Ankapur farmers. This topic comes under GS paper 3, economy, agriculture you can take. Here you should know about lift irrigation. See, normally Irrigation means supplying water facility to the farm. The natural flow. But here lift irrigation means apart from the natural flow, if water is transported by lifting through pumps or pools, we call that type of irrigation as lift irrigation. And the next one here you have to see is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. What is this scheme? Through this Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, this act is provided for right to work. Everyone has a right to work, to guarantee this and to give social security and livelihood to the people in rural areas. This scheme was introduced. And what is the aim of this scheme? This scheme is to enhance the livelihood security in rural areas. And how the scheme will give livelihood security means by providing 100 days of wage employment to every adult who is ready to work in unskilled manual work. For that employee, the scheme will give at least 100 days of wage employment in a year. And the next article is about two guns, M777A2 and K9 Vajra are inducted into our army. In this contest, from Science and Technology GS paper 3 point of view, here this M777 is a gun. Here you can see this is a ultra light howitzer. Howitzer means it's a gun for firing on high trajectories, that is high paths but with low velocity. And the features of this is 155 millimeters, 35 calibrated artillery, and the range is 24 to 30 kilometers, and this was incorporated from US, that is it was imported from US. And the second one is Vajra. This is 155 meters, 52 calibrated, self-propelled artillery, means it can go on its own, self-propelled, and it was imported from South Korea. And the next article is India to export sugar to China. This topic comes under GS paper 3 economy. Here there is no terms to explain, but I have to say one point that is important for prelims. Here the contest is India is about to export sugar to China and is about to export to Indonesia and Malaysia. In this contest, you should know the index of sugar production and sugar consumption, that is the rank of India in sugar production and sugar consumption. See, India stood first in sugar consumption, and some reports are saying India is first in sugar producing, but some reports are saying Brazil. So whenever this year, after the release of economic survey, please try to see whether India is the world's largest sugar producer or not. But in the Hindu, it was given India is the world's largest sugar producer, but some reports say Brazil is the world's largest sugar producer. After the release of this year's economic survey, please try to see whether India is the world's largest sugar producer or Brazil. These 2 points will help you for your prelims. The next article is new team of wildlife experts to probe killing of tigress Avani. This topic comes under GS paper 3 environment and ecology. Here you should know about the statutory authority National Tiger Conservation Authority. Firstly, you should know when it is established and whether statutory or regulatory or constitutional body. As I have said, this is statutory body, and you should know through which act it was established, and you should know the structure of this NTCA, who are the members of this NTCA, and you should know the functions of NTCA. Firstly, it was established in 2005 through the recommendations of Tiger Task Force. We have Tiger Task Force, and this task force have recommended to establish this National Tiger Conservation Authority. And in 2006, under Wildlife Protection Act 1972, this authority got the statutory status. So this is a statutory body. And this NTCA consists of 8 expert members and 3 members of Parliament, 1 from Rajya Sabha, 2 from Lok Sabha, and Environment Minister is the chairperson of this National Tiger Conservation Authority. And you should know the functions of this authority. See, every state has the authority to notify an area as a tiger reserve. And every state government has the authority to write its conservation plan. That is, to write tiger conservation plan, how to conserve the tigers. The plan will be prepared by the state government, but this NTCA will approve that plan. This is the main function of the NTCA, is to approve the tiger conservation plans that are prepared by the state government. And then it will evaluate how the plan is, and it will assess whether there is any ecologically unsustainable land around this tiger reserve. That is, any mining like activities are going around this tiger reserve, or any industries or any projects are about to establish around this tiger reserve, all will be assessed by this authority. And the next article is HIL trainer clears crucial spin test. This topic comes under Science and Technology of GS paper 3. And here Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, our Indian company, have built a trainer aircraft. And this is the essence of the article. But here we have to see about Defence Acquisition Council. This Defence Acquisition Council is headed by Defence Minister. And what is the function of this council? This council will guide how to procure or how to buy the defence equipment. In this matter, this council will guide the government. And this Defence Acquisition Council consists of 11 members, headed by Defence Minister, as I have said. And the functions it does is, for defence forces, what is the plan for next 15 years? It will give the approval for that integrated plan. And the second one, if for the defence is for air or navy or military, in these 3 fields, any equipment is needed. And this council will look after that equipment recruitment process. That is, we want to buy this equipment directly, or we want to make this equipment in our country itself, or within which time framework this equipment should be given to us, or which amount, that is the cost of the equipment, all will be decided by this Defence Acquisition Council. No double jeopardy if there was no trial. This topic comes under GS paper 2 polity. Here you should know what is meant by this double jeopardy. Under Article 20 of Clause 2, which is a fundamental right. Under this article, we have no double jeopardy, means no person is punished or prosecuted for 2 times for the same offence. The next article is cause to remain alert. This topic comes under GS paper 2 social justice. We have issues related to health. Here we should know about Zika virus, how this virus is transmitted and where it is first identified, or how it got its name, and what are the symptoms of Zika virus, and whether there is any treatment or prevention for this virus. Firstly, Zika virus is transmitted through a mosquito called Aedes aegypti. With this mosquito, the virus is transmitted to the person's body, and this mosquito will also cause chikungunya, dengue and yellow fever. And how the name was given to this virus. First identification of Zika virus was in 1947 in Zika forest of Uganda. So this virus got the name Zika. And what are the symptoms of this disease? This is similar to any viral infections. Normally, the persons affected with this virus will get dengue or any other fevers and skin rashes and joint pains and sometimes headache. And whether there is treatment to the Zika virus or not, there is no specific treatment or vaccine currently available to this Zika virus. But whenever you know that in the city there is Zika virus is affecting, then people should take certain measures like they should clear any stagnant water is there, or they should protect themselves from mosquito bites. And remember, this Zika virus is communicable disease, but it is communicable only through sex. Credit growth at 5-year high. This topic comes in the GS paper 3 economy, and here the article is saying, see, you can see this graph, the persons who are taking loans have increased. In this graph it is showing who are depositing money with red and who are taking loan with blue. See, depositing money in the banks have decreased because of several reasons, and taking loans from the banks have decreased to some extent up to 2017. From 27 October to 26 October 2018, substantially it have increased. These data have been released by RBI, our central bank. This is the essence of the article. But we have to see this word for understanding. Marginal cost of lending rate. What is this marginal cost of lending rate? See, whenever we take loans from bank will impose some interest on our loan amount. And this MCLR is the minimum interest that a bank can give to its customer. Example, if MCLR is 2%, that means bank can impose interest of 3%, 4%, 5% based on the customer. But below 2%, bank should not give. This is the minimum interest rate of the bank below which the bank should not lend to the customer. And sometimes the bank can lend to customer, but based on the RBI guidelines. Try to answer these questions. Thank you.